of art. If you do not like what you see, must clean your lenses. Make sure you paint over it. All right. Welcome to another Arty Thursday edition of your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, indeed. It is usually said that Thursdays can be the most important day of the week. I don't really agree with that, but it is when you take, track of everything that's happened all through the week, especially those achievements. So congratulations, you're almost done with the week. It's only Friday, and that's just left for party.
Of course, and if it's definitely, you can't resist the urge to. What's that though? But definitely just another day from the weekend. I think that's why they say it's the most important day.
I guess so.
Tomorrow is Friday, so why not?
No, Thursdays are the new Fridays. Forget about Fridays. Let's start partying from today. Once again, welcome. It's Wake Up Nigeria. We implore you guys to get on this roller coaster ride. Well, hey, we'll try and keep it steady for you guys. Take it into your world of great content, especially curated for you guys all there. Yes, indeed. I haven't seen you in about 2 weeks.
I haven't seen you in like forever.
I know.
Where have you been?
I've been all around the world. It reminds me of a part of the Bible where the devil was asked, where have you been? And he said, from roaming the world.
Looking for who to devour.
Yeah.
That's what he's been on. Now, you step into our kitchen. Mike, how you doing? What's the problem?
Mike.
I'll be happy to see you again.
Where have you been, Mike?
Been around the world, yeah.
So one of you has been in one of the before. That's wrong. Totally.
Good time, yeah, Mike. We have some very interesting conversations that's going to include you, Mike, because you went to boarding school. So don't worry, when you get here, we'll talk about that.
Definitely.
My name is Mazino Appeal.
And my name is Winfred Bailey-Shea. And do not forget, you can join the conversation on social media. Just follow us across
To work is simple. All you need to do is download the app on your phones. It's available on iOS and on Google Play Store.
All right, now let's check out what we have for today. Coming up on the show today, we will start off with Adetoro Debas, a visionary Nigerian artist who is known for his unique fusion of traditional and digital painting, showcasing Africa's rich cultural heritage. He actually does a whole lot of work, and they look really amazing, so stick around for that conversation.
And next, we have Prince. The week is almost over. It's been quite a week for me. I've actually not had a bad one, but yeah. I wanted to ask Mike a very specific question. When you were in secondary school, who was responsible for most of the discipline that you experienced? Was it the teachers or
Teachers and students.
the students?
Prefects, yes.
Prefects.
I was in a school where even if you were in JS2, you could punish someone in JS1.
Really? And was that? Do you think that was good? Do you think that was okay?
Man, he could have left. He probably left a lot of you with trauma. But some have spoken to me and they'll be like, I'm like, there's a lot I have forgotten. I don't know that intentionally or not. I don't carry much of the luggage.
I think it's
I've forgotten a lot of it.
traumatic. I think it's also your response to getting past. Because I have the same issues, right? I can remember most of my childhood, and because I honestly believe it's because they were pretty traumatic. I went
just
to
chose to forget them.
So I do
I
remember.
didn't choose to forget. Most times I just don't forget.
So I'll say maybe
Don't
the
remember
effect.
them, rather.
How do I put it?
I think
now?
your brain just shuts out.
I
negative
still
stuff.
remember some prefects how they were harsh, but now you look at them and smile.
You're proud of that. But I'm asking because of that video that made rounds on social media of this 19-year-old who buried his brother neck high in the sand in the hot sun because his mother had instructed him to punish his stepbrother for stealing. I thought that was rather harsh. First of all, I thought that kids punishing kids or kids disciplining kids is not something that I don't support it. I don't see how that's a thing.
And I always tell people, man, family isn't everything. This is family. Like, how do you, what, you guys watching too many movies? The Scorpion King or what? Like, I don't get.
Burying
You
him
put
was even
somebody.
one thing. He beats him to the point that his
Yeah.
face literally
It
collapsed.
was very bad. It was actually
Like one
very
of his
bad.
eyes were shut, his head was swollen. You could literally tell that maybe there was even some internal bleeding or something.
From before he was
I think
buried.
it was.
The law should come into that. I don't know.
yeah.
They should pick up that guy or something.
Yeah.
Well,
Because,
hey.
I mean, if he was thinking that way at this age, definitely.
Be a monster eventually. We're going to watch that story and see how far that kid goes. Hopefully he's getting better. But tell you what, let's start the show already by telling you what the weather's like. We'll be giving you the news in just about a bit.
The news. My name is Mike Messikeno. Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi is asking President Bola Tinubu to put to rest the controversy surrounding his certificate released by the Chicago State University by presenting an explanation. Addressing newsmen in the nation's capital, Mr. Peter Obi says it's important for everyone questioning the authenticity of the president's certificate to have the true picture. Correspondent Abida Lawal reports.
The controversy and debate over the certificate of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from the Chicago State University may not be ending soon. Last week, candidate of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, pledged to challenge the released certificate at the Supreme Court. The New Nigeria People's Party, on its part, said it will not be part of Atiku Abubakar's effort to unseat President Bola Tinubu. The party says it is not in court and does not want to be an interloper in the PDP's presidential candidate's case. The Labour Party candidate Peter Obi has also made his position known, saying that the certificate matter be put to rest with a proper explanation from the president.
I can cite to you so many people that I came to university together and left together. Soludo, or the Winemefele, I can call all of them. If you went to Suga at the time I was there, I'm one of the very few students everybody knows. And I say it without anything. So you can go and verify that one. Invitation of the PDP presidential candidate, let me retrace again. Whenever there's an issue of national interest, I'm involved in it, invited or uninvited, because it's about our country.
There have been heated debates in the mainstream and social media over whether or not President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's academic records are relevant to Mr. Atiku's appeal and if the Apex Court will admit the fresh evidence. Recall that the presidential candidate of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, had reached out to his counterparts in the NNPP and the Labour Party. While the NNPP says it's not willing, the Labour Party presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, says he will join hands with the PDP presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, at the Supreme Court. Habida Lawal, TVC News, Abuja.
Meanwhile, the British Broadcasting Corporation has published a report stating that President Bola Tinubu did not forge his Chicago State University certificate as alleged by his political opponent, Atiku Abubakar. The authors of the report, titled Bola Tinubu Diploma, No Evidence Nigeria's President's Forged College Record, made the conclusion after they contacted CSU with questions about his diplomas. Details of the report published on the BBC website stated that in response to the questions, CSU said the institution is confident in the veracity and integrity of records regarding President Tinubu's attendance and completion of graduation requirements. Also, part of the responses by the CSU stated that the reason it could not find the diploma issued to Mr. Tinubu in 1979 was because they do not keep copies of diplomas already collected by students. Further, in their response, the CSU says it produced for President Tinubu a replacement diploma dated 27 June 1979, and it also released diplomas awarded to other students that bore similar font, seal, signatures, and wordings as Bola Tinubu's diplomas. And now to foreign stories, where the only power station in Gaza has run out of fuel after Israel announced it was cutting off energy supplies as well as food and water. But UN Secretary General says essential supplies of food, fuel, and water must be allowed to reach civilians in Gaza under Israeli bombardment and blockade. The White House says U.S. is in talks with Israel, UN, and Egypt on allowing some aid in and residents out. The Israeli military said hundreds of thousands of troops are near Gaza ready to execute the mission given to them. Meanwhile, Sirens have been sounding out across northern Israel amid reports that drones have been launched from Lebanon. The death toll in Israel from the Hamas attacks has reached 1,200, while more than 1,100 people have been killed by Israeli airstrikes on Gaza.
Hungry.
How did you eat before you slept?
I don't eat past 7 p.m.
Okay. Same way you diet, right?
Welcome. What's up and about? We have a very interesting topic
But
today.
before we do that, I want to say a big thank you to Mike. So on Saturday was my mother-in-law's birthday, and Mike actually showed up and showed out, and he stole the audience. So he hosted.
I heard it was the Masters of Ceremony. I
Yes,
heard
of
you did
course.
say
But that's not
It
the main
was
issue about the
amazing.
day is that
Shift.
Winfrey is not
It-
a fine
it
girl.
was-
I
She's not.
thought Winfrey was
Her
fine.
mother is better,
It
yes?
was a beautiful.
Really?
Amma is not.
Did
You,
well.
you need to see her dad and her mom.
For real.
It's unfair. When you see, but I'm telling you, like they both.
Yeah, Daddy, are you?
I'm telling you, like Winfrey's like the genes are so good that Winfrey's not. I
She
would
should
say
be better.
yes, and I said it there.
So finally we found a flaw. We found a flaw for you.
Interesting.
There we go.
Yeah,
In any case, let's talk about another perfect couple, or so we thought.
Wow.
You could not have done so. No. No.
We're talking about Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. Apparently, only yesterday, social media was flooded with a clip from her on the Today Show, where she revealed that for the past 7 years, they have actually been divorced, but putting up appearances as a perfect couple for society. This is amidst all the what did you call it again? Entanglement rumors, the
slap.
Oscar slap, everything, you know. So now they're not so perfect, and I am a big Will Smith. I'm a big fan of their family, but all of a sudden, it's all just coming off. It's like the scales have come off of my eyes, and everything is beginning to rot. Now I don't know where to start from. There's so many things, or so much to unpack from this relationship or situationship, or whatever you want to call it, ship.
Entanglement.
You know, so I'm like, why put up such an appearance for the world for 7 years? Was it an economic move, social move? Was it a personality thing? What exactly? What gives? Is my question. I don't know.
You know,
How did you feel, Mike, when you found out?
You know, first impression or first thing that hits you when you see that, these people again. You know, yes, I must say. And I knew that, of course, we had to talk about it because it's a social issue. It's something that keeping up appearances, something that is prevalent with the internet as it is now.
Of course.
You know, but we are really, those guys, man, I don't know. I feel like, I don't even know where to start from with those guys. I always say something, talking is not always healing. You don't always have to talk about something
exactly.
to, I don't
Heal
you know,
from it.
because those guys are really twisted, man.
They very
Because now we know that a lot of what was happening during the Red Table by that time with the August and everything and all the when they were,
unwarranted.
when they go with the bad marriage for life.
Yeah.
You were actually living separately.
Exactly, all those nonsense rules they were giving us to, you know, it was.
So
It's,
like you guys, I don't know.
I feel taken advantage of.
So that's the thing. Now, I think this actually just gives us a typical example of how what you see on social media is not what happens in real life.
Very true.
Do you understand? So I think
Very,
you just, so
very
the same way you're saying, okay, fine, you're a fan of their family. Were you really a fan of the family or the personalities they portrayed?
It was everything that they portrayed.
It was everything they portrayed, exactly what you could see,
was it
not what was really, really happening.
Was it shocking?
Yeah, I
It was
think it was.
shocking
Was it
because
shocking?
the last thing I expected was that they were separated. There had
course,
been
we didn't see
rumors.
that one.
There had been
Definitely
rumors.
didn't see that
And then let's bring in the August Asina thing and the entanglement and all of that. And then also the Oscar slap. Let's also remember that somewhere inside of that interview, she revealed that Chris Rock actually asked her out on a date after he heard that they might be getting a divorce.
When was that?
This was before the Oscar slap.
This was before the
somewhere
Oscar slap.
in the past,
So
somewhere in
people-
the past
yeah.
6 years before the last 1 year. So he did this. So there was
people are
much
saying that the slap,
more
exactly. There was much more
than
to the
just
slap
that
than the joke.
alopecia joke.
Maybe he just wanted to hang out.
Oh no, Will
Take to
Smith is a
dinner.
vitriolic what you call them.
I mean, yeah, maybe Chris Rock just wanted to hang
No,
out.
so what she said was that after she was like, okay, why are you doing that? And he's like, okay, fine, aren't you guys divorced? And he's like, okay, no, we're actually not divorced. So she told Chris Rock that. And he started apologizing profusely that, oh, sorry. He thought he heard the rumors and he thought that actually happened. So I think that was when the divorce actually happened. And then he got wind of it and then tried to move in. But then again, is that not a problem? Why are you trying to move in on your friend's woman?
Are they friends?
Divorced or not?
Are they friends?
Well, they were. They've
were.
been friends
They
since
said
they
they
were
were
young comedians.
I don't
They've been close. They come over to each other's houses
Okay,
and
that's
everything.
now that brings us to another one.
Yeah.
Which is an asset which I, when it comes to the bro code, this is one that I always tell people, man. See, the moment
Someone on this table does not have
someone I
food.
call a friend likes somebody, that's the end.
That is the end.
I
As
cannot
we know
imagine.
it.
I cannot imagine.
Why are you banging the table to my direction? What's
I
your...
can't imagine. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I feel like anybody that would do that to a friend can kill that friend.
There are many people who have a different point of view.
And that's and maybe the word friend has been bandied around so much and bastardized. So maybe I think so because do you know
What I'm used to knowing is that your friend is the one that is fighting the guy that is trying to hit on your
I
friend.
always
Come
look.
on.
Look,
I'm of a different opinion,
different
actually.
holy books tell you how important friendship
Not to
is about.
convert your friend's wife.
Friendship is about the most is the biggest sort of relationship or is the most valid kind
After
of
family.
form of relationship that you can do, even bigger than family. I would say that there is a friend that sticks closer than a brother.
Preach, brother.
And then there's that statement where they say
But
blood is
what
thicker
is
than water.
wrong with, okay, you guys aren't together again. And I'm talking about from the perspective of the husband.
that
We're
mean
not
your
together,
eye has
and
always
Chris
been
Rock,
on
my
you,
friend,
right?
wants to date you.
And
He's
that
a good
obviously-
guy. He's a good guy.
If
You
friend
guys...
is too far. I'm even talking about acquaintance. And let me not use any of us as an example, but that's me. I can't fathom it.
Really?
Yes.
I find this very,
I don't know.
very
I don't know. What are your
interestingly.
thoughts?
I just think that it's if I know you well enough, if
Yeah.
I was married to Winfrey, for instance, and
Yeah.
we were done,
Yeah.
we would never be done because I'll be such a great husband. And we were done, and I know you as a friend, and we were all friends together. Take Friends, for instance, the movie, the series Friends. And that was our relationship, and you guys started getting interested in each other. I would let it be because I know you guys as my friends.
You're either probably saying that because you're trying to just avoid problems and losing a friend. I think that's the only situation in which that's
Not
probably
really.
To be honest, yes, because
really.
because I'm like I'll think of it way past. I'll start joining all the dots. So that means this time when this happened and your eye was doing like this around this person.
See,
No,
define
it can't-
jealousy. What
it
is
can't-
jealousy?
No.
What is jealousy?
Let's not. deviate.
No. If you can define jealousy for me, then I'll tell you how unwarranted it is in such a
It
situation.
certainly is warranted.
It is unwarranted.
So for me, it's not even a jealousy issue. It's just
it's
some
just-
things are just
some things are not-
Some things are just
I
tempered.
think about it. It's not jealousy. It's not jealousy.
Well, in any case, we've gone on a tangent. Well, still a very relevant tangent. But how shocked were you when you discovered that they had been divorced for 7 years? Were you shocked at all? Is this something that were you expecting it and all of that? So I know that I was shocked. I wasn't expecting it, but then again, maybe somewhere in there, it kind of like made sense. Now there are other rumors that are still going to be explored, and this is
because she's
based
been in
on
the
the
book.
sexuality of these partners. This will come out very soon.
Yeah, and then she has it in the book, so Auntie is prepared.
She's up
like,
for it.
that's why you
So
said
now-
it seems like they're taking advantage of us.
We can't.
Us is one, and then I'm also feeling really bad for Will Smith, to be very honest, because this is a relationship that has not served him in any way. I've not seen any way that this thing actually serves him, and how he keeps on showing up for her, I don't get it. I totally
Tell
don't
you
get
what.
it.
Why
Totally
don't you
get
tell us what you think, how this is going to go? Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We'll let you guys talk, and perhaps we'll read some of your comments. We'll be back. Stay tuned. It's still Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you for staying with us. Still here, Wake Up Nigeria, and it's time for paper reviews. And with me here, we have Mike, who seems to be very, very interested in national issues and international issues. I must tell you, I'm actually really impressed by your vastness when it comes to these things. I won't even lie. I just look at you by the corner of my eye. All right, so we'd like to start with the Punch. And for the major headlines here, we have certificate forgery, Atiku Obi protest as BBC fast checkers cleared Tinubu. We have that on page 2 and 3. Under that, we have BBC says documents confirm President's CSU diploma. APC Capets Atiku, Obi, PDP, LP Tako, Tinubu say certificates issue tarnishing nation's image. Now, what do you think about this? I actually want to hear it specifically.
Okay, no, yeah. So this is it. Yeah, the issue is the Atiku Abubakar, went to check the authenticity of the certificate.
Yeah.
Now, the issue at the moment is that he went to the school. The school has confirmed. I don't think there'll be any. There's no need in any way that they would want to lie about that. They have records.
Records of that.
So, and now the issue is about that the certificate he has was he gotten from them. Now that is an issue that I would say that we don't have so much information here, but we know he went. We know he graduated.
He graduated, exactly.
So those are the things
who
that
else will now issue?
Yeah, exactly. So so we need to maybe let the law take its course and then know exactly what the issue is. But the point is that he went to school. And his school has confirmed. And when the school has confirmed and all of that, I mean, you don't have a case there again concerning his education. So let's see how it plays out, because now the issue now they are talking about is that the one he got is not from the school. And I'm trying to, let's see how that one plays out. But the point is that he went to school. He got it. The school has confirmed. I mean, fact, even people have gone extra. Other people have gone to do their own.
Yes.
And they have said, we have the records.
I just think it's just a political game, as usual, just trying to drag out issues where issues actually don't exist. All right, now, on the top of the punch paper, we also have lower inflation protect poor citizens. IMF tells Nigeria. EFCC recovers 27 billion naira, $19 million, probes ex-governors, ex-ministers on page 14. It's unconstitutional for states to regulate mining, says federal government. We have that on page 19. And on the bottom there we have Air Force launches new aircraft, awaits attack helicopters. Now, Ohaneze hails Igboho's release, asks Tinubu to free Kanu. On the right there, we have Lagos demolishes structures, obscuring drainages, and and others right there on the punch. Is there any other topic here you'd like to talk about?
Oh, no, not really. That's the major one that we can see across the papers of different ones. So, yeah, but all of that is on the punch, right?
On the punch, yes.
On the punch, okay. Yes. All right, so let's move to another paper.
Yeah.
Let's see which one we can take now. Let's look at the nation. Nigeria leads demand for Africa's debt relief from IMF. Okay, we see a picture story here. Tinubu does not reintroduce himself, says APC. BBC, no evidence of certificate forgery by president.
Yeah.
Whoa. So that's quite an interesting one there.
Yeah.
Federal government orders road contractors back to sites. What's your personal experience with the road in these past few weeks?
I mean, I think with the rains, things have gotten dramatically worse.
It's so dramatic that it can happen over a night.
Yes, exactly. You literally passed this road today, and the other day I actually took a trip down with my parents to Ado. That's after Aja. It was...
Ado is bad.
And it is terrible. So my dad actually was commenting on the road because he actually applied the road last when it was smooth. He was like, when last was he here? And everything has... So I was trying to explain to him how it seems like you wake up one night, it's just the same thing you said. The next morning, the road literally is totally messed up.
Now I'm scared because it's going to be a while if I see my sister. But hey, okay, let's see. Hopefully, the thing is, we know there are some roads that they fix up almost immediately. The federal road maintenance works. I see them at times, but we need it across, at different areas. Why governors can't ban mining by Alake? Procurement fraud. EFCC recovers 27 billion naira and $19 million. That's at the top of the flag there. All of that and more on the front page of the Nation.
Okay, so now let's see what we have here on The Guardian, right? So we have FX, arbitrary rules leave telecoms to Big Four, cripple 568 firms. We have that on page 6 right here. We have an infographic talking about Nigeria's telecom markets dominated by major telecommunications companies, right? Under that, we have politicians corner 70% recruitment into tertiary institution, says TET Fund. We have EFCC recovers 41.78 billion naira from power project, ex-AGF's ally others. Now we have CSU certificate Ubi backs Atiku, asks Tinubu to disclose real identity. Lagos Blue Line goes electric, increases daily trips to 54. Now, what do you think about this particular blue line? Blue line?
So I have been looking forward to, I've not yet gotten on it. I want to get on it and probably have a first-hand experience of what it's like. But I've seen videos of the crowd, and I was impressed because it is solving quite a lot when it comes to transportation. That means you are taking people off the road. See, we get that blue line, the red line, and much more. And then if we can do waterways very well.
Yes.
Can do it well, we will decongest the roads.
Yes, and it will definitely help considering the issues with the fuel hike and all of that.
And then going electric, that's one thing,
Yes.
Talking about electricity and all of that, we know how, that's like, for me, it's like our number one problem.
Yes.
But if we can sort that one out and all of that, it will reduce dependence on fuel.
Yes, it will definitely reduce dependence on fuel. So here we have police arrest undergraduates for killing club owner in sexcapades, okay? We have Israel-Hamas crisis. Nigerians must resist division. Tension says can. So now I think I've been following this Israel-Hamas situation for some days now, and it's just...
You see the thing about this thing, there are no victors, there are no vanquished. Look, we understand Hamas is prescribed as a terrorist group.
Yes.
But you see, there are Palestinians and there are Israel and there are innocent people on both sides.
Yes.
And it's the collateral damage. That is the problem. So it is not a case of who is right or wrong in this particular. Civilians are dying.
Civilians are...
That's the thing about this. We've seen over the past few days. We've seen pictures and videos that would break you.
Of course.
And that is what we're saying, and that is why we need peace. See, for the civilian lives, it is not a case of. It's sad. For the sake of civilian lives, civilians on both sides.
Both sides. Not even only civilians. So now there's even reports that actually has this, talking about how there's some hostages that literally may have Americans in the mix of it. So now that's definitely dragging the U.S. attention.
Definitely.
And if you're dragging the U.S. attention, they're definitely going to do everything. One of the correspondents actually spoke about the fact that they're going to do everything they can to first save the U.S. citizens and then, of course, make sure that they reduce the collateral damage when it comes to lives, civilians, and innocent people. It's a terrible situation, and definitely no country should actually pray to be a part of that. So, I mean, here we have the last paper, final paper here, Daily Times. Do we have time to go over that?
No, let's head over to Mazino.
Mazino in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all we'll be taking on newspapers reviews right now.
Jude is really excited.
He's really, I don't know why. Mazino, what's going on?
Well, hey, who wouldn't be excited when we have Chef Kato back in the place? Yay! You are welcome. Good to have you here. And already, we haven't even started cooking, but I can smell the food. So that's why I'm excited. Today, we're going to be having potatoes in gizzard and, what's it called? Sausage sauce. So you guys are in for a good time. Chef Kato, you're welcome. Good to have you here again, as usual. They say I'm always excited when you're in. They don't know, because she has a home cooking, mommy-style food, very, very healthy. So first off, let's run through everything that we have here today. Once again, do tell us, what are we having?
Okay, so we are cooking a very simple, colorful, but yummy breakfast. It's very simple. There are times that you just needed something different from the regular, so this is good.
Colorful indeed is what it's going to be. I see our potatoes, our blended,
this is pepper mix.
Pepper mince.
Yes, we have the bell pepper, we have the chili pepper there with onions, all mixed together with garlic.
But I also see that we still have that here.
Yes, these are the colorful part of it. We have the green bell pepper, we have carrots, we have red bell peppers, white onions,
and then some tomatoes, all already diced. We've got
diced. And then we have the oil.
Vegetable oil.
Vegetable oil.
Yes, onions, bell peppers, and stuff.
We have the curry masala.
Okay.
Already consists little from all other spices. We don't need too much of it. So I just put that. Then have the bay leaves, have the seasoning cubes, gizzards, and sausage.
So I have one thing, yeah? I love bay leaves. I love them. I love the taste it gives, especially in jollof rice. But Am I supposed to eat it?
No.
I'm not supposed to eat it?
No.
Ah, you should have told
It's
me since
just
5
giving
years
you
ago.
the flavor. It's just to add the flavor to it. It has a medicinal
it
effect
does.
on the food.
It does.
Actually, it has a lot of benefits. But for this purpose, it's just to add the flavor,
Bit of
and
flavor.
improve on the type of oil
Alright.
that you are using to
Fantastic.
cook.
So how long will this take us to put together? Noting that people might want to put it together for breakfast. How long does it take?
That doesn't take less than, but preparation, let's say 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
With preparation and everything together.
All right, so there
It's
you have it.
actually a very fast one.
Very fast breakfast for you guys with some potatoes here. Sweet potatoes or Irish?
It's Irish.
Irish potatoes, so that's Irish potatoes. Could I do it with sweet potatoes as well?
Of course.
Because I like sweet potatoes, because sweet potatoes are just heavenly.
Yes.
So all you need are these sweet potatoes.
But where you don't need too much of starch,
Mm-hmm.
you can go for Irish. And it has more protein in it.
I will have that in
Yes.
mind. All right, so how do we get started? What are we going to
Okay,
do
so
first?
Going.
Let me come around and put on
I'm going to boil
our very unique Wake Up Nigeria. So we're going to be boiling what now?
the Irish potatoes.
We're going to be boiling the Irish potatoes. Which pot would you like me to bring down?
I will need the fry pan. I will need the
All right, this one? Yes, we're going to need our Wake Up Nigeria pots and pans. Already, our fire is getting, artificial fire, let's call it that. Is getting,
Thank you so much.
that's good?
Yeah.
All right, so while you're out there, the ingredients are on your screen, as you saw from before. Some potatoes, some bell peppers, gizzards, sausages, Baileys, seasoning, onions, and of course, oil. That's what we're going to be putting together our breakfast with this morning. Do we need a chopping board or something? No, we don't. Oh, let me put that down. So go on right ahead. If you've got these at home, maybe you should perhaps maybe follow through as we put these processes together for you guys. We're letting you guys know how it goes session after session, so don't you worry. We won't let you guys down. We'll make sure that we follow you through every single process as we're going to be doing that step by step. First off, of course, the dicing and splicing of our ingredients. Oh, this one you need.
Yeah,
I'm going to be sous chef today. This one we need. I'm going to put everything we don't need at the moment in the corner. So please, go ahead. These are simple stuff you could find in your fridge, actually. So please make sure that you already are joining us in the making of breakfast today. It's quick, it's fast, it's simple. It's only 30 minutes. Chef Gato makes it look like as if it's magic, but I'll try to demystify it each time or each process that we go through. So let's just do the dicing first of all and see how it goes. This is what you would suggest for what people who are fast on the move, who want to just get some, you know, kids will also enjoy it as well.
Very well.
Yeah, and they could take this for lunch in school.
Yeah, and even in the night for dinner, when you need something just light, you don't want to go on heavy.
Something light. Well, we can't wait to see the final product. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a very quick short break. When we get back, it's more Wake Up Nigeria. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
All right, it's Thursday, and you know whenever it's Thursday, it's our Arts Day. We have Adetoro Debas, a visionary Nigerian artist who is known for his unique fusion of traditional and, of course, digital painting, showcasing Africa's rich cultural heritage. Of course, he draws inspiration from African stories to create captivating artwork that blends abstract and figurative elements. It's great to have you. You're welcome, Adetoro.
Yeah.
I love, what's with the look? What's the inspiration behind the look, by the way?
This was inspired by, it's accidental one.
Okay.
Yeah. But along the line, I fell in love with it, whereby attending galleries or show.
Okay.
So I begin to see that people begin to relate with my dressing.
Okay.
So I have to stick with it.
Okay, wonderful. I like the beads, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
What kind of beads are those?
This is made from wood.
Oh, made from wood.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. Okay, so now let's talk about what you do. You do traditional and you do digital and all of that. How? Which did you start first? How did you get to start doing both of them?
Okay. Traditional art has been the starting. It has been the form of art I found myself. So along the line, I discovered digital art, whereby I just get a small PC to start with, you know, since it's becoming the new revolution of art. So I decided to get a PC for myself, and I start with something. But basically, I found myself doing traditionally. from
Okay.
the start.
All right. Now, there's been talk about digital art, how it takes away from the real art form, from the work that is involved, and how, I mean, that you are just prompting a software. It's something that could just, anybody can do. You can prompt a software to give you some sort of, you put in some sort of parameters, and software just brings it out. Let's talk about what is digital art? Let's clear it there. What exactly is it? Is it that easy to do? Is it something anybody can do? Okay. What is digital art?
Oh, I would say digital art is a form of art that is being done with an electronics. So digital art can never be traditional art. It has to be something done with electronics. So, and I would say you are trying to talk on AI. AI will never take the place of creating artwork digitally because I believe AI is still limited. Yeah, it's still limited. And my own form of art, I don't think is what AI will even create. Yes.
You think so?
I know so. Unless maybe there will be a way around that, but presently I don't think AI will ever generate my work.
Okay. Let's talk about the works now. Talking about your works, let's talk about what you have here. Let's start with this one right in front of you. What's it name, and tell me about it.
This particular one, I title it Emotion.
Emotion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a broad stroke painting, and this is one of my digital arts.
Okay.
Yes. So the beautiful thing about my digital art is that I try replicating it like a traditional piece. So whereby it gives the confusion where when people stare at it, they will be like, is it a traditional piece or digital piece? So that has been one unique thing my digital art has been giving me. So, and this one was inspired by a lady, she was feeling, I don't know, maybe she was feeling down. So I just captured the moments and I painted digitally.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about this one beside me here. This is quite beautiful. It's like you do more of ladies. Why so?
Yeah, in my society or the environment I found myself, ladies surround me. And if you look at the world we lived in, women are more unique. Yeah, and I try to push their voice to be held outside there, And even the way God has created the females, they are more sweet in figurative way.
This guy.
So I venture into that.
All right. So let's talk about this one. This is quite a beautiful piece here that I can see, and the lady looks quite amazing. What's the name, and what are you trying to depict here? What's the story?
Okay, I titled that Embracing My Heritage.
Embracing my heritage.
Yes. So the lady, I use that in capturing a black heritage. That is why it's even painted in black color. So I use that in capturing a black heritage. So she's embracing the heritage like my culture. Yeah.
And that is where you draw inspiration for a lot of your works. Their cultural and all of that.
Yes. From culture, identity, empathy, and love.
What does art do to you as a person?
Art is a way of life. Art is not what I find myself doing accidentally or doing at a stage of my life. I do say something like, I started drawing before I was born. So it's an artistic word. So what I
just before you go on that, you have a young kid here. Let's talk about this particular one that just passed. The young kid, as though the kid was eating there. Struck me quite nice. What's that about? And this one also. You also have some paintings of some children here. What are you trying to depict with all of that?
I represent that with it's a long time painting.
Okay.
And
this one, the girl is looking up. She's writing on her book, and then she's looking up
it's
to
from
something.
my series, Unforeseen.
Unforeseen.
Yeah, whereby they don't know what tomorrow tells. Looking at this now, the baby girl is looking up. She don't know what tomorrow tells. Why she's trying to study out things with a candle.
I like that painting. Is that digital?
It's painted digitally as well.
It's painted digitally. Okay, so you were talking about what art does to you.
So
you said since you've been painting since you were born.
So I started painting before I was born.
Before you were born.
So it's an artistic word. What I mean by that is that art is not what I found myself doing at the age of 10, 5 or so. I've been doing that at a young age.
Okay.
So
Is it professional for you? Are you making money from it now?
yes, I'm
Okay.
making money both locally and internationally.
If you were not making money, would you still do art?
I would have been a therapist if I'm not making money from art.
Therapist, would you
Yeah.
still be doing art?
Yes,
You would still do
I'll
art?
still do art because it's a way of life for me and it's a way to release myself from anything at all I'm going through.
I like
Yeah.
that. So you just pull out of yourself and get yourself into that and all of
No
that.
matter what I'm going through,
You
playing,
spoke about series and all of that. Have you had any solo exhibitions or collaborative exhibitions?
yeah, I've only engaged myself in group exhibition, which is collaborative exhibition, and I'm planning towards my solo exhibition.
Okay, when is that? When are you planning for it?
One will be coming up in November.
Oh, no, it's quite close here,
Yeah,
yeah?
in Abuja.
That will be your first solo exhibition?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. What's it titled? Just tell us a bit about it.
The title of the exhibition will be Bond of Solace,
Okay.
whereby to be preaching the art of love and empathy.
Okay. I just want to round up with this question. What makes an art piece valuable? Is it age? Is it the skill of the artist? What really makes an art piece valuable?
What makes an art valuable? Anyway, that can be told maybe due to the process of an artist or progress. So due to the process of an artist or progress of an artist, and
What it meant to put that art piece together.
yeah, so
Okay.
it's a process thing. It's not what you can determine in a short time. So,
All right, wonderful.
you know, what you do continuously, then I think the value will speak.
Speak for itself. All right, well done. This is us here wishing you the best for your exhibition in November. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so let's move over to another artist who is painting on the canvas, but the canvas this time is the kitchen and all of that. Mazino, what's up? What's happening there?
Oh, Mike, thank you very much. You referred to me.
Talking now, Laura. Oh, man, yeah.
Someone cannot rely on you. In any case, Chef Flora is indeed our artist in the kitchen here today, and already she has started on her canvas of fire. Yeah, I don't know. But so tell us how far. What have we done so far, Chef?
Okay, so our potato is almost done.
All right, we're boiling our potatoes. Okay.
The sauce is half done.
Okay. What do we
Just
do to the
waiting
sauce?
for
I see that we put just one piece of bay leaf inside of the sauce.
We don't need too much. Just
Okay, so what's in there? What
so
do
we
we
have
put
the
in?
mixed peppers fried out.
Okay, that's pepper.
Yeah.
Pepper, just pepper,
the
no
mixed
tomato.
peppers. The mixed peppers.
Okay, the mixed peppers. Okay, so that's still going to get some garnishing. We're still going to put most of these in there,
Yeah.
if I'm not
We're
mistaken.
just waiting for the
So the
potatoes
main
to be
thing
ready.
really is the sauce today. So it's learning how to make that sauce. That's the kicker here. So make sure that you do that. So that's just peppers, a bay leaf, any seasoning in there.
Yes, we have the curry powder already.
Curry powder is in there, and
We have the seasoning cubes.
seasoning cubes are in
and
there
the
as
bay
well.
leaves.
And the bay leaves. So that's all we've done since so far you guys have been gone. So we haven't done much. We're waiting for our tomatoes to potatoes. We're waiting for our potatoes to actually come to a good texture, and then we'll continue with the rest. We've shown you guys the ingredients from before. It's potatoes in kidney and
Gizzard and
gizzard,
sausage
rather.
sauce.
gizzard and sausage sauce. Very simple, 30 minutes. These are the ingredients on your screen. 500 grams of potatoes, 200 grams of turkey gizzard, 200 grams of sausage, 100 grams of mixed peppers, 100 grams of olive oil, 1 root ginger, clove garlic, small carrot, green bell peppers, red bell peppers, that's just for coloring, a small onion, and also bay leaves, half a teaspoon of curry seasoning, and salt. And that is all you need for our magical breakfast this morning. We're hoping that you guys are also doing the same as we are. Like I said, these are very simple things that you can get from out of your refrigerator if you've got a very well stocked one at home, or you can just simply go out and get real quick from the store down the road. Check Bassie's stores, Bassie's neighborhood store. Perhaps maybe they have all of these there. So it's simple. We're doing the waiting game now. We're simply waiting for our potatoes to come to a boil, and then we'll be letting you guys know more of what we have for you here today. In about a bit, we'll be starting the show all over again. To all you guys who have just tuned in, you have missed quite a bit, but we'll refresh you guys by letting you know when we start how far we have come inside of the processes here at the kitchen as we're making our delicious sauce to go with our potatoes. Anything they should know real quick before we go on a break? Anything?
They're simple and healthy meals, and it should be
Fantastic.
practiced.
It's that simple. So let's do that break now. When we get back inside of the kitchen, perhaps we might already have almost gotten to the end of our processes here, but not to worry, we'll let you know how we got there. Let's do that break. This is Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Mazino Appeal, of course, Chef Kato in the house here. And we'll be back. Stay tuned. Like I said from before, second hour here, and you guys are welcome for a, well, hey, let's just call it a fantastic edition. A Thursday edition here, a Thursday edition. If you're thirsty for some juicy content from us here to satisfy you on Wake Up Nigeria. I'm tired. Continue.
And of course, with great conversations, the finger lick. The person that actually was hungry, you guess what I'm saying. Finger licking delicacies, beautiful music to serenade you into the weekend. We have Mike standing by in the kitchen.
Mike, how do you see my artwork? The artwork I and Chef Kato are putting together.
It's still a delay. It will not end by now, so that we can confirm the artwork. But yeah, it's looking very good, and hopefully it's almost there. Wonderful, well done, Chef.
Nice, yes indeed. Don't worry, Chef, I'll be back in there to take my place. Mike can't come and start usurping my position. In any case, we want you guys to strap on your seatbelts because we've only just started these engines, and take a ride with us. Let us take you guys on a gleeful journey of fun, and more fun.
Yes, of course. My name is Brainfree Akbeleshe.
My name is Mazino Appeal. You guys already knew that from before now. Remember, you can watch us live on GoTV Channel 16. You perhaps are doing so already. Or if your option is Channel 49 on terrestrial, it's okay.
Keep on doing it. Remember, stream the show live if you can, and if you're on the move, make sure you download our apps. We have both on Android and the iOS. Now, the handle is at TVC Connect on all social media platforms, so make sure you keep it. The comments coming.
Yeah, we like the comments, please.
Yes, we do.
We always read them. We assure you. So please connect with us at TVC Connect on all our social media platforms. We've also got the app which you guys should download if you haven't downloaded that already, so you can carry us with you anytime you're going any place. It's available on iOS and on Google Play Store.
Yes, of course. Now, from what we have left in this amazing Thursday edition, we definitely have birthday shout-outs. And joining us for a very interesting conversation like house, we have James Eze, the author of the book Goosebumps. Now, he has a very rich profile, so make sure you do not miss that interview.
You took the shortcut on that one because he has a very rich profile.
Very rich profile.
I see what you did there. In any case, you guys, welcome to the second hour here for Wake Up Nigeria. We welcome you with the weather. The jig. I'm loving it because we're almost at that point where everything begins to spark here in the kitchen. Chef Kato making sure everything is working well. So we finally boiled our potatoes. What next now, Chef Kato? What are we doing next?
So we are wrapping up.
Okay, we're wrapping up. You guys heard that. Our potatoes are all
really
boiled
get
fantastically.
It into the real cooking. So we are going in with the...
Oh, we're adding it in. I thought it was going to be standalone on its own.
No.
Well, she surprised me because I actually thought that we're going to just have the potatoes and then put in the sauce. And in goes our carrots. And there goes our tomatoes. Let me move some space for us so that we can see that beautiful mixture. Our onions going in there. We're saving the bell peppers.
Yeah,
for
this
after.
is to go in last.
Color. I remember what you said. We want color. But I noticed that when we boiled our potatoes, did we have salt in there already?
Yes.
We had salt in it. But you
Not
turned
too
out
much.
some of the water and left just a little bit. How much water should I leave in there before putting in the sauce?
Well, it depends. If you want it like a curry soup, you can allow it to
Okay, if I want it
more
soupier,
water,
then I
and then
leave
you
some
thicken it up. No.
Okay.
But this one just need it to be a little bit not too dry, not too oily.
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now, we didn't let them know. Is our gizzard, gizzard, is it already cooked?
Yes.
It's already cooked.
Everything is pre-prepared.
Everything's cooked, pre-prepared,
Yes.
our sausages as well. Remember now we're cooking potato in gizzard and sausage sauce this morning. I think we flashed a couple of times the ingredients for you guys to see on your screens. So our gizzards going in now as well as our sausages. And I think from here on is just leave it to steam. Here are the ingredients, by the way. You guys have seen that from before. letting you know what it is again here. These are all attainable. These are all ingredients that you can get from your local store. Very easy to purchase. Nothing too difficult. Nothing you have to travel to Kafeng Chan for, is what I mean. So from here on now, it's
readily available.
readily available, yeah. From here on now, it's just simply to make it just simmer, I guess.
Simmer, yes.
Yeah. But the bell peppers, however, they haven't gone in, and I still see our tomato here. Did we add ginger in there something?
Yes, it's already in the minced pepper.
It's
That's
already in
why
the
it's minced pepper. This is just to let you know what the minced pepper is
Visual
made up of.
representation. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, fantastic. So this is almost done. We're just gonna let it simmer for a minute, and then by the time you get back to us, perhaps maybe we'll be serving for our guest. But now you know how easy it is to put this together, tomato and kidney and sausage sauce. Very easy, very simple, nothing too difficult at all. Now, we have someone very special on the couch here with us. I won't do that introduction. I'll let Winfrey do the introduction for very specific reasons. Winfrey, which of your colleagues do you have with us here again today?
Beautiful, beautiful one. We actually have right now with us the second runner-up of the just concluded Miss Universe Nigeria 2023. Now, she's a whole lot of things. She'll be telling us about it right about now. Hi, Princess. How you doing?
When I came in, I was just mesmerized by your beauty.
We're going to let you guys go into that one in just about a bit. Let's do a very short break. Make sure we have a very good demarcation between the kitchen and you guys, and we'll be back. And you're welcome. I had to usurp this position from Winfrey because I wanted to have the privilege of being with our next guest. We have with us here Princess Agumbiade, who was the second runner-up of the just concluded Miss Universe Nigeria 2023 pageant. She is the founder of BBB Women Organization. It's a social impact initiative that aims to kind of like promote gender equality by calling out all forms of gender bias and also empowering women to break that glass ceiling they've always been talking about in their personal lives or their careers. And she's also a public speaker, she's a writer, she's a woman of many hats. She's an entrepreneur, and she's passionate about creating wealth and also making impact, especially for the girl child. You are welcome, Princess.
Thank you.
Princess in all ramifications, and we'll get to talk about that. Congratulations, by the way, second runner-up, Miss Universe Nigeria. That's fantastic. How did that feel, clinching that crown?
Oh my God, it felt like a fulfillment of destiny. So you know, one thing people always think that we go to the competitions just to win.
Yeah.
But I say that I go to the competition to get the experience.
Nice.
There's so much that you get to learn just by being on that stage and being in the camp with the other beautiful girls. And I tell you, they called this competition the All Stars of Beauty Pageants, and there was a reason. This was like a bloodbath.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
So I
knowing
thought-
you have been to quite a few competitions, haven't you? You've been
have.
Miss Grand International from before, if I'm not mistaken. How many of these competitions have you been to?
Oh my God.
Have you been at?
I think I've been in about 8 pageants.
Whoa!
I know.
What, year after year?
Spanning across 10 years. So I've been in the industry for 10 years. This is exactly my 10th year competing in beauty pageants. And I was kind of trying to close out the chapter with this one. It was like, oh yeah, let's close it up.
I'll close it up. Are you saying this will be the final one, or
So
one?
that
of
was the
few?
intention, you know, but
But since you're so good at it, you'll do just one more. Just one more. So much about you. I also hear that you used to be an actress. You used to act as well. Whatever happened to that?
well, what happened to that? That's a good question. What happened to that, Princess? I think what happened with that was we went on a pandemic. The pandemic happened.
It happened, yeah.
Yeah, and I just finished a project. I just finished shooting with Funke Akindele on My Siblings and I,
Okay.
which is a very fantastic project. I played the role of Dave, Abiregwa's girlfriend, the very cute girlfriend who's actually ratchet. I have to speak Yoruba. But when the pandemic struck and we had to go on a lockdown, I sort of now found myself doing something
the
entirely
priorities
different.
changed.
Entertainment. So I was now doing Forex. I was trading Forex, and I was leading a lot of people. I had like a really large team, and it was like so busy. Got so busy that I could barely even like manage it with my acting at the time.
Wow.
So, yeah.
You do so many things. That's just incredible.
I like to push myself.
Very interesting. Yesterday was the International Day of the Girl Child, and
Yeah.
we almost had you here, but couldn't, so we're having you here today.
That was so much.
Now, talking about your personal projects from being a beauty queen for so many years and what is passionate to you, which is the girl child, what are the endeavors that you've put forward regarding that aspect of your life?
So I have a foundation named after me. It's called the Mrs. Agumbiadi Foundation, and we have a spelling bee, right? The spelling bee has only had about 2 editions, and we kind of put it on pause because basically I was promoting education, and I think education is really important. But I thought about it that what I'm trying to solve is really I'm trying to close the the gap that the female gender has society-wise. And I thought, okay, I can do this from a different angle. So I then founded my initiative. It's called, you already spoke about it earlier, it's called Beauty Brains and the Bag.
Oh, is that what it is?
Shortened
BBB.
to BBB Women Org, yeah. So it's basically Beauty Brains in the Bag. We have a lot of those women that you would see beautiful, gorgeous, but the society has tend to like put a full stop behind beautiful. It's like, once you're beautiful, well, take that and go, that's it. But, I worked with a lot of women from 2020 to 2022, I think about 1,000 women, if not more, personally. And I got to experience a mind-blowing amount of intelligence and drive and passion and leadership that was, I can say, almost inborn because they haven't even gotten to express it. They haven't gotten the chance to really like be leaders, but they kind of just naturally would assume a position and they would do fantastic. And I said, you know what? People have always thought beauty was just beauty, but as women are beautiful, but they're also really smart. I said, yeah, I found it. So we're going to make it beauty, brains, and the bag. Well, the bag was meant to be making money, but now it is beyond that. It is basically excelling in whatever field that you think, is your own passion. So, yeah.
For a second there, I thought it was Louis Vuitton, but okay. But that's a fantastic project. I mean, that's fantastic to take a look at everything that is out there and focus on the girl child, and also the fact that it's not just about beauty, it's much more than that. Now, this spelling bee I heard you talk about, what format does that take, and who is welcome? Who do you interact with when it comes to that project?
So for the spelling bee, it's for secondary school aged students. And I kind of picked them because I had an experience in secondary school. I used to have a really bad stutter. Like so bad, yeah, I know, but so bad that I kind of I went from being the very hyperactive child to not saying anything to anyone because I was so self-aware of myself. I was like, oh my God, they're gonna laugh at me. School, it can be very mean in secondary school. If you don't have if you're not strong enough, you can get broken. The kids are really mean. So I went to a spelling bee, and I kind of put myself out there. For some reason, that experience kind of forced me to just really now get into like trying to speak and trying to, expand my vocabulary. And I got to learn that the richer my vocabulary was, the more confident I was to speak. And so it kind of just boosted my confidence. So despite the obvious issue that I had, I was ready to work through it because I wanted to show off my new words that I now have learned, right? So because of how that impacted me as a person, I said I want to give another young child who might have been struggling with something like this, maybe low self-confidence, maybe this can also help them to find themselves and just put them back on the path.
That's very noble. That's very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you have got a very big vocabulary now, don't you? What's your big one for this week? What's your big word for this week? Do you have
let's leave it for now. I don't want to upset.
All right. So let's talk about pageants in Nigeria. They've been on for so many years, decades, in fact, spanning across 4 decades, 40 years. I still remember very interesting beauty queens from the past, the Biancas, the, what's her name with the glass eyes? There's so many of them.
OG queens.
Exactly. And over the years, we've seen them, change. We've seen, what's her name? Winfrey. Winfrey is one of them. Why am I thinking too far?
Agbani.
The Agbanis and all of them. So now, what do you think has happened to our pageant industry? Is it growing? Is it getting better? Because there's so many pageants out there these days. You hardly know which one to keep up with. There are a few that have, withstood the test of time, have become templates for all others and all. But would you say that we're doing good when it comes to our pageant history? Or our pageants, what do you call it, our industry?
Industry. Do you want me to be politically correct or do you want me to be honest?
Honest.
Because I like to be honest.
Yes, please.
And they might crucify me for this, but I think that we've seen better days. The industry was coming from a place where it was really celebrated. Everyone wanted to be a part of, beauty pageants. Everyone wanted to see and celebrate the queens and be a part of what was happening. And then I don't know where we lost it, but it seems to kind of lose its relevance in Nigeria because internationally it's still being.
What could we do to bring it?
Also, my number one, I have 3 solutions off the top of my head. Number one is it has to be regulatory body so that people don't just wake up in the morning and start a miss morning, waking up.
Hey, we want to do one of those. Stop! Don't spoil it.
We have to start from regulating you guys.
Real quick, what else? That was one. And
Okay, so number 2, we need to have a structure. Right now, there's no structure in the industry. You know how, what's it called? Acting, there has a structure. They have like an Actors Guild of Nigeria.
Yeah.
There has to be something like that. And number 3, we need to have, well, this is more internal, basically. We need to have like better reputation right now is
fantastic.
Yeah, it's not very.
Well, Princess, I've learned a lot from going through your profile and learning about you for this interview.
Joining us on the couch is James Eze, an author of the book Goosebumps. Now, he was a pioneer literary editor of the Sunday Sun, right? One newspaper I know I read. I actually went through it, even when I was growing up. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria. It's amazing having you here.
Thank you very much.
I went through your profile. I'm like, wow, you literally have worked in a bank, you've worked with Chimamanda, you've done so much, and you also have a song or 2.
Yes.
I know I listened
Yes.
to one of them. I think it's literally brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us here. So now let's
My
start.
pleasure.
Before Goosebumps,
Okay.
right? What was it like? What was your journey into writing? Because I know we're definitely born with different talents and the point we discover what we want to do. So what was that point for you?
The point when I discovered, writing was my thing, right?
Yes.
Was right from when I was in secondary school.
Okay.
I was fascinated by my literature teacher. God rest his soul. His name is Ike Chukwu Odo. I keep giving him props because you imagine, the kind of impact it's had on my life so far.
Yes.
When I was young, I wanted to speak English like him because he had this very deft command of the language.
Yes.
And then he taught us poetry or literature generally in a way that brought the subject home. And I recall vividly when he taught us Gabriel Okara's The Call of the River Nun. I was born in the hilly part of Enugu State, so but the way he taught The Call of the River Nun made me imagine myself in the shoes of a riverine kid, standing by the river, and immersing myself in Gabriel Okara's imagination and the things that he evoked in that poem.
Wow.
And that was my first real encounter, and it was like a baptism of sorts. So from then, I knew I could actually try my hands too, because I got so immersed in reading when I was young that I knew somehow instinctively that my future was tied to this art.
To this art. And I think you also have a very good command of oral English presentation, actually. And of course, I think it goes without saying. Also, your experience working at the bank as a communications expert and then working with Chimamanda. Now, what was that experience like, the Chimamanda one?
Chimamanda, is a remarkable human being. I actually met Chimamanda when I was a literary journalist. And I interviewed her. She was not known then. Okay. She had just written her first major short story, Half of a Yellow Sun, which came out first as a short story and won a prize in the U.S. And she was holidaying somewhere in Ilukbeju back then when I met her, and we had a fascinating evening. I mean, she was. I found in her something that was not common. She was very young, precocious, but very intense.
Very intense.
So, and we became friends thereafter because we found out that we loved reading the same type of books.
Oh, nice.
If you're a reader, You find out you can't read all the books in the universe. If you love fiction, you can't read all the fiction.
Yes.
You know, there are certain writers whose writing styles appeal to you.
Yes.
You know, better than others.
Very true.
So we found out we shared a, you know, a keen spirit in that regard. And she began to buy me books from the U.S. because, of course, there are more books in the U.S.
Okay.
And then from that moment evolved a friendship that finally led to our collaboration when I began to work in a bank, a Fidelity Bank, and you know, she wanted to start a creative writing workshop. And you know, while I worked in the bank, she won the Orange Prize, which was her first major literary prize.
Yes.
And I was able to persuade the bank management then to hold a formal reception for her in Lagos here at the Golden Gate restaurant in Ikoyi. Many, you know, it attracted some of the, you know, major literary figures in the country back then. And we celebrated this young woman who had done Nigeria proud.
So proud.
So, and from that, it was that night that the creative writing workshop was announced. So,
okay.
You know, it took off.
Amazing. So we're here today to talk about Goosebumps, which actually is your book and a collection of 50 poems. I was telling you earlier that I actually do enjoy poems. I think what I like the most about this book is going through the content. I can peek on. I'm seeing so many random pieces. I saw the cigarettes one, and I'm like, okay, I'm seeing elixir, I'm seeing Goosebumps, I'm seeing cigarette smoke, I'm seeing so many things. So tell me, what is this book about? Why did you come to the point where you realized you wanted to put this collection together?
All right, thank you. Well, Goosebumps is a collection of 50 love poems.
Love poems, yes.
And it's my first attempt to tackle a topic that is organically related in the sense that all the poems in Goosebumps have a silent line connecting all of them
yes.
Because I wanted to talk about love.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes people might think it's strange to talk about love when Nigeria is in famine like we are now. But I think it's been proven all over the history of humanity that, you know, when the world is in a moment of strife, people still find the tenderest of feelings and ways to express them. So I chose to write about love in this season because it's something that I believe we should be reminded of, that in spite of our disagreements and conflicts and, you know, disenchantments with our situation, there is still a part of us that stretches out to the other person. You know, so this is a collection of 50 love poems split into 5 chambers, but originally 4.
4 chambers,
yes,
because you likened it to the heart.
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, the heart has 4 chambers. And in Goosebumps, each chamber offers a slice of experience. It starts with serenade, which is what happens when a young man meets an enchanting beauty like you. And he goes rhapsodizing, imagining things, you know, conjuring visions of what could happen.
Wow.
You know, so serenade, you are thinking about this beauty, you know, you are wondering what it would be if she were to be yours. Then the next stage in the progress through the chambers is the besotted stage, where you become so intensely, you know, involved, you know, in the process that you are actually full of enchantments yourself.
Yes.
You really want, you know, to take possession.
Yes.
And then you get to desire. Desire is when the flame of passion flares in.
Erupts.
Yes. So it goes from each stage. Then the final stage of the 4 stages is heartache, where, you know, like everything in life, you know, things begin to wilt, flowers wither in your palms, and then you wonder, did we really go through this experience in the first place? Was it worth my while?
Yes.
And then I added the 5th stage, which is songs, because my poetry has been generally regarded as very lyrical, and I write songs, as you alluded earlier to some of my songs.
Yes, yes.
In fact, one of my my latest singles dropped a couple of days ago.
Yes.
You know, You're My Number One. You know, it's a very intense, you know, love song, which I try to look at. You know, people are talking about the kind of, relationships. They use vulgar language, dress women down, say things that you wouldn't. They play, the kind of music we listen to these days. You wouldn't want to listen to them with your children.
Very true.
You know, you find some adults who want to address their wives.
Yes.
They have no songs to speak to her.
Speak to her, except those ones there. So now you're
Thank
literally
you.
putting that together.
Exactly.
It's like pure loves,
Absolutely.
songs that come from the heart.
You know,
for love.
so the opening line of the song says, good wives are hard to find, so I'ma try to make your mind keep you satisfied, never leave your side, be your ride or die.
Yes.
Keep bumming. We are, you know, he goes on and
Yes,
on
it
and
goes
on and on.
on
So,
and on.
and then he goes to a point where it becomes a celebration between
Yes.
two people who are intensely in love.
All right. Sadly, now we started we went to the beginning of the song, but then we actually had to come to the end of this interview. It's so sad.
That's too short, but
Yes, but then again, we
Nonetheless.
actually have food in the kitchen, breakfast in the kitchen. I would like you to try that as well. So that's why we're actually trying to rush close up in this. So now actually we're heading over to the kitchen. We'd like for you to join us.
And you're welcome. It's about that time when we end the show, but we can't do that without showing you the art that we've put together here inside the studio with Chef Kato. Thank you very much. You are wonderful. So real quick, I'm going to have our guests taste it, both Princess and, of course, our author. I'm hoping that we've gotten the clear visuals of this now already. So let's shift this over to you guys and have you guys taste it while Chef Kato is telling us what we're having. You guys can go ahead and have a mouthful. Give it a taste. You're not on a diet, are you now, Princess? You've been talking about this food since, so.
I can't. When I walked in, I said that food is going into my mouth. So let's do it.
Exactly, looks very healthy.
What are they having, Chef?
So they're having Irish potato in the gizzard and sausage sauce. It's very healthy. It's a simple, colorful breakfast. It can be taken as a breakfast or just enjoy it. It's very fast.
Yeah. Colorful,
when you're
isn't
looking
it?
for something
Very colorful.
not regular, and just go for that.
Okay.
Princess, you're just looking for all the kidney.
You caught me.
Yeah, I did. In any case, what do you guys think, real quick?
Amazing.
Amazing. Princess?
Do I have to say something? Can
No.
she read it all?
We have your reaction already. That's fantastic.
Amazing.
Wanna say
Thank you all
thank you
so
to you
much
guys.
for joining us and staying with us till this moment of the show. Sadly, we have to go now, but then again, we're here again tomorrow morning for the Friday edition. And
Yes,
we'll be seeing you
indeed.
tomorrow.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for joining. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.